In 1978, at the very peak of his Outlaw fame, Willie Nelson did something that completely shocked the music world. He walked into a studio, not to cut another rebellious anthem, but to record an album of pop standards from the 1930s, 40s, and 50s. The album was called Stardust. And when Willie first pitched the idea to his record label, their reaction was blunt: "You're making a huge mistake." Nashville had just finally embraced him as the leader of the outlaw country movement, raw, gritty, and revolutionary. And now, at the height of his power, he wanted to sing songs made famous by Frank Sinatra, Nat King Cole, and Bing Crosby. They just didn't get it. Even Willie's own band was skeptical. But Willie wasn't trying to please anyone. This wasn't a calculated career move or some kind of gimmick. It was deeply personal. These were the very songs his grandmother played on the piano when he was just a boy back in Abbott, Texas. The melodies that filled the air during Sunday dinners and quiet evenings on the porch. Songs like Stardust, Moonlight in Vermont, and Someone to Watch Over Me. They weren't old to Willie. They were home. So, when he approached the legendary producer Booker T. Jones, famous for his work with Stax Records and the hit Green Onions, his instruction was simple: make it sound like memories. They recorded the entire album in just 4 days at Capitol Studios in Hollywood. There was no big, flashy production, just simple arrangements, lush strings, and Willie's voice, weathered, intimate, floating over gentle guitar and warm organ tones. Booker T built the entire sound around Trigger, Willie's iconic nylon string guitar, making it the heart of every single track. The result was something timeless. It wasn't country, it wasn't pop, it wasn't jazz. It was something else entirely, something beyond genre. When the label executives heard the finished product, they panicked. "There's no single," they cried. "Nobody wants to hear Willie Nelson singing All of Me. This is going to ruin his outlaw image." They were so convinced it would fail that they refused to promote it. But Willie didn't care. He'd lived through rejection his entire career. He'd been told no 1,000 times before. So Stardust was released with almost no marketing, just a quiet drop in April of 1978. And then, something incredible happened. People started listening. Not just older audiences who were nostalgic for the Great American Songbook, but young fans too. Rock listeners, country lovers, and even people who'd never heard of Willie Nelson before. The album spread purely by word of mouth. Radio stations started playing Georgia on My Mind, not because it was being pushed on them, but because it genuinely moved people. That song, Hoagy Carmichael's classic made famous by Ray Charles, became a defining moment. Willie's version was slower, more reflective. He didn't belt it out. He whispered it, like a confession, like a prayer. And America responded. Georgia climbed the charts, hitting #1 on the Billboard country chart and even crossing over into the pop top 20. The album, which was expected to sell maybe 100,000 copies if it was lucky, just kept selling and selling and selling. Within a year, Stardust went platinum, then double platinum, then triple. To this day, it has sold over 5 million copies in the U.S. alone, making it one of the best-selling albums of Willie's entire career, bigger than Redheaded Stranger, bigger than any of his outlaw records. And here's the beautiful irony. The very album that Nashville thought would end his career ended up extending it for decades. Critics completely reversed their stance. What was once seen as a risky detour was now recognized as a masterpiece, a bold act of pure artistic integrity. Because Willie wasn't abandoning country music, he was expanding it. He proved that a country singer could sing anything, as long as he sang it with honesty. Over the years, Stardust has been praised by musicians across every genre. Bob Dylan called it one of the most important records in country music history. Elvis Costello said it redefined what a cover album could be. And Generations of artists, from Casey Musgraves to Leon Bridges, have cited it as a major inspiration. But perhaps the greatest testament to its power is how long it's lasted. You can walk into a nursing home today and hear Willie's version of Unchained Melody playing softly in the background, bringing back memories for people who might not have heard it in years. Or you might hear September Song at a funeral, not as a performance, but as a tender farewell. That's the magic of Stardust *. It doesn't chase trends. It doesn't need them. It simply exists, like an old photograph, a favorite chair, or a lullaby from childhood. And Willie, he still performs these songs live, nearly 50 years later. When he's asked why he still sings them, he gives a simple answer: because they're beautiful. No explanation, no defense, just the truth. Stardust wasn't a departure from who Willie Nelson was. It revealed who he really is: a man shaped by memory, a singer who honors the past, and an artist unafraid to follow his heart, even when the entire industry tells him he's wrong. Thanks for joining us for this story. Tomorrow, we'll go deep into one of Willie's most personal roles, not as a musician, but as an activist, with the incredible story of Farm Aid. Make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss it. We'll see you then.